Joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show on the Mercedes-Benz Vans phone line is one of our favorites, fresh off of the practice field for the Buffalo Bills, getting set for a Monday Night Football contest that I will be doing the pregame and halftime show of on Westwood One Sports. Emmanuel Sanders. How are you, Emmanuel?
I'm good, Rich. How you doing, man?
Are you aware that I've been sitting here tap dancing on the air while you're doing extra passes and extra catching on the practice field? What's going on, Emmanuel?
Hey, man, trying to get better. You know, we got a big game coming up.
Well, your professionalism's getting in the way of my show, Emmanuel. What's going on? How dare you? How dare you?
Hey, man, I got 2 kids to feed, man. I'm sorry.
I've got 3. Well, at any rate, I'm thrilled that you're here. What is your sense of things entering December in Buffalo for this team? I mean, you've been on championship teams. You know what they look like. You know what they feel like.
You know what we got to do right now in the AFC. Nobody's taking over, and the playoff picture is looking like, you know, who knows who can get in. And so, I mean, we understand the sense of urgency around here that, you know, we got to win some games, and it starts on Monday night. You know, in terms of if we want to win the AFC East, it goes through, you know, New England. Right now, they're the top seed of the AFC East. So, you know, we know we got to handle business, and we're up for the challenge. And
you also know what it's like to take on a Belichick defense, obviously, from your first few years in the league, significantly in all those games where the AFC writ large, the conference came down to a lot of those New England, Pittsburgh games that you were in. What do you think is coming your way on Monday night?
I mean, it's crazy. You look at the Patriots, you know, last year after Tom left, you like, okay, all right, they're in a rebuilding year. And then you see Belichick make all these moves in the offseason. Like, oh, okay, can he really put it together? And then they draft, you know, Mac Jones, and now all of a sudden it seems like, you know, the Patriots are back, you know. And when I mean back, it seems like championship caliber type team. And you know, they're on a win streak right now. They're hot. They're coming in, and they're believing they can win. And so, you know, obviously, we know exactly what the Patriots way is. We know that, you know, they have a winning culture over there. But at the same time, you know, it's a fight for the AFC East. You know, and so, well, like I said, we're up for the challenge.
What's your favorite Josh Allen story? What do you have for me on that front?
Josh, oh man, I got way too many stories. This guy, every day I come into work, he's always like messing with me. And he's like today, like, hey, what's up, Grandpa? How you doing, Grandpa?
Grandpa?
Yeah, you know. Oh, well, I found out I was the oldest receiver in the NFL, and you know, a lot of people look at it like it's a bad thing. I look at it like it's a good thing. Hey, man, I survived everybody. You know, like I'm the OG of the league in terms of receivers right now, and it feels good because, you know, yesterday, you know, at practice I clocked 20 miles an hour. I was the 3rd fastest on that day, and you know, to be the oldest receiver in the league still doing that, man, it felt good. You know, and so if what's really gonna feel good is go out and make some plays and really get a win on Monday, and you know, be able to, you know, keep rolling and keep winning and hopefully, you know, win it all at some point.
So you said Grandpa got ticketed for speeding? Is that what you're telling me, that story, Emmanuel? Is that what you're telling me? In the 15-mile-an-hour zone? So what happened?
So, you know, on the field, there is no speed limit on the football field. You know what I mean? They encourage Grandpa to go faster.
Wow. Okay, so Josh Allen's having fun like that, but it does appear that you do have a connection with him right now.
Yeah.
How does that develop? How did you develop that with him, obviously, over the last 3 months here?
I think it's just 2 competitors, but at the same time, like, we kind of get each other too. Josh is one of those guys, man, like, he understands that football is a game, and he plays the game of football not only from, you know, a mental standpoint, from a professionalism standpoint. He has all that, but also just from a kid's standpoint of how he plays the game and having fun, because it is a game that we play, and he reminds me that every day, because sometimes, you know, and you know, my 12-year career, like, I get so caught up in just the job part of it, I forget that, you know, it's a blessing to play a game. You know, football is a game, but they pay us a lot of money to do it, so sometimes you get lost in it. You know, coming into work and seeing this dude every day, like, I mean, his wittiness, way that he wants to joke around but also be serious at the same time. It just makes work so much fun. And you know, I'm having the time of my life out here.
How good is Diggs, Emmanuel? How good is Diggs?
With the exception of the weather right now. Today it was cold outside. It was cold today.
Well, Emmanuel, I hate to tell you live in Western New York, man. I mean, this just in.
Know, right?
This just in. It's going to get colder. It's going to get cold.
Exactly. That's what everyone's telling me.
Yeah, I know. So how good has Diggs been? You got a front row seat now seeing him up close in person.
Oh, man, he's good. Man, today at practice, I was just watching. Like I said, it was cold outside, and this guy's come bursting off the ball. He's running into the huddle. He's dancing. He's having fun. And one of the hardest working guys I've been around. And it's the reason why he's had so much success. Just from a competitive standpoint, being on the sideline on game day with this guy, like I tell him, like Diggs he's already Diggs in terms of at practice, but on game day he turns into like a whole nother like monster. He's just so competitive and so like locked in and just screaming. I tell people all the time, like every game Diggs is gonna lose his voice because he's screaming, he's hollering, he's getting the guys going, he's bringing so much energy to the game. Out of everybody I've played with, like he's the most energetic player I think I've ever played with, and passionate player that I've ever played with in terms of showing it and in his emotions and the way that he go about his business.
Yeah, I don't even know if you can call it a route that he ran on Thanksgiving night. What was that like in the film session? Looking at that one again on the goal line that he scored the touchdown on. What was that like?
Beautiful, and it's crazy because when I was watching film, he had ran a similar like a slant route on Marshawn, probably like 15 plays prior to that, but he won on the slant, and so in the release that he took this exact same release on that return route, but except instead of slanting in, he slanted him and then broken back out. That just goes to show what type of route running capabilities he have in terms of how he's setting up guys in the game, knowing that at some point it's going to be, another move off that same route, off that same release. So he's one of the best in the game. Like I said, he was All-Pro last year, one of the best in the game. I've been fortunate enough to play with a lot of good receivers: Antonio Brown, Demaryius Thomas, Michael Thomas, now him, and just seeing how these guys go about their business. That's the reason why they have so much success.
Well, you've been in that for now your 12th season here, Super Bowl 50 champion Emmanuel Sanders here on the Rich Eisen Show. A couple minutes left for the Buffalo Bill. And so again, speaking of Bill, that's Belichick on the other sideline, and that defense is coming, and they've been balling out, and so much conversation that it feels like 2001 for them all over again, and you know what I'm referring to. Or the fact is, again, that they've got their championship feeling back, and again, you were part of those Steelers teams when you first started playing to see all of that. You got to hold turf, right? You got to hold your turf on this Monday nighter. It's that crucial because otherwise you got to go there next time, and you can still win there, obviously, but that the assignments get tougher. Do you have a sense that this is all of that on Monday night?
It's like that. It's like that one thing that's going viral in terms of TikTok when they say, "I understood the assignment." We definitely understand the assignment, and they understand the assignment, and it's a 5-star matchup. It's the reason why it's on primetime football, Monday Night Football. The whole world is going to be watching. And what a beautiful thing for the NFL. Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen versus the New England Patriots, a hot team who nobody really, thought, would be as hot as they were, especially with a rookie quarterback, at least from my perspective. And they got a defense that's lights out. They got a young hot rookie quarterback. And they got Bill Belichick, one of the greatest, if not the greatest, NFL coaches of all time. So what a beautiful night in Buffalo, and what a big opportunity for us, to capitalize on the moment, and I hope we do.
And how about you, too? You know what I mean? Like as you mentioned, Grandpa's how you were being referred to, year 12 for you. You've come back from injuries multiple times. I mean, this is it. You're in a game as significant as any other in the NFL in this 2021 season. It's just got to feel great for you. I feel great for you.
It feels amazing. And my son, I tell him all the time, I say it's crazy to be on a championship caliber team, at year 12, and starting, that's the best part about it, right? It's not like I'm on some, 0-16 just trying to maintain in the league. Like I'm still producing and still relevant, and it feels good. Like, these are the things that, most people wouldn't say, but it does feel good. And that's the truth. Like, it feels good to be in the league in year 12 and still competing for championships. And so it's definitely a blessing, and I'm trying to take full advantage of it.
Yeah, and the guy you won Super Bowl 50 with is going to be talking about you on that Manning cast, too. He'll be out there. He's part of the paparazzi
My
now,
guy.
Emmanuel.
Yeah, that's my guy.
So that'll be part of it. Hey, have a great game. Thanks for hopping off of the practice field and hopping on here. I greatly appreciate it. Always enjoy our chats, and I think the world. So thanks again. Appreciate it.
Hey, appreciate you, Rich.
Right back at you. It's Emmanuel Sanders. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.